Hey up guys, I feel like making a video. So here I am making a video. I don't know what to talk about, but here I am. I just got out of bed and made myself a cup of tea. And that's what's going on. Life. You know, a lot of people talk about, being on a journey or path, I'm on a journey of self-discovery or whatever the journey. But what's on the journey is the body and the mind. But you're not on the journey. So you're complete as it is. And this is kind of interesting to think about. Because I think when people think about enlightenment, people think like, yeah, enlightenment's going to change me, and this me that they're referring to refers to, who they think they are, which is thoughts, and this body, Enlightenment's going to change my mind and my body, so life's easier or whatever. But enlightenment is now, and that can include pain and discomfort, because this body mind is operating operating in the law of interdependency of reality. And there's no choice there, Just like watching a cloud in the sky move from left and right. You can't control that cloud and be like, you know what, I want that cloud to move right to left instead. And why would you even have that desire in the first place? Why would you even? No one's doing that. No one's looking up in the cloud like, I don't want that cloud to go that way. I want it to go the other way. No one's doing that. But also, even if you did want to do that, you couldn't control it. So it's the exact same thing with this body mind that you call you. It's just operating and working on through this interdependent, interconnected web of different conditions and causes. Every strand affecting each other. So you can say like, yeah, the body and the mind is on the journey. The body and the mind is on like a journey of healing or whatever. But also at the same time, it's perfect as it is. There is really no destination to the journey. Things may get better over time, more naturally harmonious, but like yeah, I don't know how to really explain it. Sure that like there's a journey. Like in your own life, you can probably look back and see the things that you learnt from, and see how you've grown from that. And so yeah, like in a sense, like you have like over time you've learnt more and grown more, and you're going through this journey. But there's no part of the journey is any more significant than any other part. And if you think there's a destination to the journey, and that you just have to kind of wait until you get there. It's like I'm only going to appreciate when I'm at the destination. I'm just going to kind of like wait through this journey period until I get to the destination. Even if there is a destination, like in reality, why would any part of the journey somehow be less than the destination? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining this right at all, but like, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is like reality is eternal. Reality is eternity, and eternity and infinity has no beginning and has no end. So this moment now, even if it's filled with pain and suffering and discomfort, is perfect as it is. It's that this is the destination. There is no journey. This is the destination. Every moment is the destination. If that makes sense. Like it's just each moment is just a different configuration of sensations or phenomena. This word configuration, I actually don't know what the definition is. I'm going to search it up real quick. But this word has actually kind of helped me recently. I'll tell you why in a bit. So configuration, the definition is an arrangement of parts or elements in a particular form, figure, or combination. Yep. So what I'm saying, like, each moment is just a different configuration of sensations. So yeah, so like you know what I mean, like so right now the configuration, like just like what's held me is bringing that word to mind, like configuration, and then tapping into what is this configuration right now? What is the configuration of senses? How are the senses? How are the sensations configured right now? How are they? How are they? What's the body feeling like? What are the sounds that are happening? What's the sights? What are the thoughts? It changes, always changing. See what the configuration of your senses are now as a whole, and then like 10 minutes later or an hour later or the next day, bring that word to mind again and be aware of what the configuration of the senses are, of the sensations are again. And it's different. What I'm getting at here, what I'm trying to say, is that that's all that's happening. It's just different configurations of sensations. And who's to say that there's a particular configuration of sensations that is quote unquote the destination or the good one or the right one, you know what I mean? Like, there is a word, Vedana, which I think is a Pali word, which is an old, I don't know, Sanskrit, or, no, that's different, I don't know. Vedana means like feeling tone, so like unpleasant and pleasant. There is unpleasant sensations and pleasant sensations. There is comfortable sensations and uncomfortable sensations. That's true, but it doesn't mean anything. That's just reality. It's just reality, you know. Whatever meaning we attribute to that is purely just coming from our mind, imagining that meaning. It's not an inherent meaning that actually exists in reality. It's a mind-made fabrication that we're projecting onto the sensations. So yeah, what I'm trying to get at here is every moment is complete in and of itself. It's perfect in and of itself. It just is what it is. And even if that means, yeah, pain and suffering, it's just a different configuration of senses. Even the meaning that you attribute to it, that meaning is just a sensation. Another sensation, no different from anything else, you know. And this is not always easy to see, but this is the practice. Practice it. Yeah. Because you want things to be a certain way, you know. You want to feel good and happy. And when you're suffering or you're uncomfortable, you don't want to feel that way. You have a preference. But you see, reality doesn't have a preference. And it's fine to have a preference. But you also gotta, you know, like, just accept that this is how it is. And you can't always change shit. Reality has pain in it. That's just a fact. Kick your toe against a wall, your toe's gonna hurt. You didn't decide to create that pain. The pain is just there. It's just part of reality. What are you gonna do, you know? Can you love, if you're like, if you really want to get in contact with God or in contact with reality, can you love pain as much as you love pleasure? Because both are reality. And this is difficult. This is not easy. But this really is what it's about, you know, if you really want to merge with reality, you know, you have to let go, you know. What you want reality to be is not reality. Reality is, you know, your idea of reality, or your idea of love is, in reality, reality is a lot more harsher. But only harsher. That you comment like harsher. That's coming from the mind. That's you interpret it as harsher, but it's not. It's just reality. There is no attributes to it. It's just what it is. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Just some ideas, some thoughts. You see, like you didn't create this human being. You didn't decide to be born. This body and mind isn't yours. It's just a part of reality. It's a part of nature. Um, so all the discomfort and pain that you feel is also a part of nature, which you didn't choose. You know, you didn't create the senses to sense pain. You know, so if you can just let go of this self that thinks it is the experiencer of pain, or that has pain, you know, you will suffer less. Pain still happens, but if you can just let go of thinking that, you know, this is my pain, or creating some story about it, like, oh, I've done something wrong and that's why the pain's happening, or whatever story that you're creating about it, if you can just let go of that, like, you will suffer less. So, what's coming to mind now is I think it's a lot easier to see that on the level of the body. I feel like it's a lot easier to see that, you know, this body is not me, it's not mine. You know, it's a part of nature. But the mind seems to be a lot harder to disembed from. Especially, yeah, a lot of faculties of the mind, like decision making. You know, I feel like I make decisions, or intentions, like I am the one intending to do this. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, this can be hard because, yeah, because, like, I feel like a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people suffer because they, like, beat themselves up and, you know, they start feeling guilty and shameful because they're not doing what they think they should be doing, or regretting decisions that they've made, or like these kinds of things. Like if you feel like that you have the will to make choices, and you are the choice maker, yeah, that can cause a lot of suffering. Yeah, I don't know. That one's interesting. I I I struggle with that one. The body not so much. I recognize the body's just doing what the body's gonna do. I don't. I can do my best to make this body healthy, but it's gonna do what it's gonna do. The mind, on the other hand, there is a strong identification with the mind, with thoughts, and this decision maker and this thinker. I really feel like, I am the one that has to orchestrate my life. I am the one that needs to make things happen. And I don't know which direction to go in, and I don't know what to do. And then it's like, people ask you, like, what do you do? And it's like, well, I don't know what to do. And it's like this sense of, like, I'm the one to blame, or I'm the one to feel that shame. Because it's me that's doing that. I'm in, I'm the one in control of my life, so blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you're not. Because just like the body, the mind is another thing that is part of nature happening through this interdependent causal web of conditions. And I think it's something that's coming to mind right now is like, let me just plug my phone in. Something that's come to mind is I think in this culture it is hard to let go of the mind, because really, like, I think if you truly let go of, like, I don't know, the mind or whatever, its natural state is to actually not do a whole lot. But in this culture, we are really conditioned and brainwashed to feel the need to do lots of things, work a lot, make something of yourself in the world, do something good, you know, really pursue your goals and make things happen and experience a lot and whatever. And this is fine to a certain extent, but what I'm trying to say is like the natural state. Like at the end of the day, like this human being, this body is just an animal like no other, like any other animal. And if you um, just let nature drive you rather than this artificial self drive you, then you will do a lot less. Like you will probably sleep more. Um, you'll probably just chill more, just sit down just for the sake of sitting. Of course, you'll still do things. You'll still do quote unquote work. You still create art and whatever. Because that's just what humans do too. But you'll probably do a lot less. Who knows? Maybe you won't. But a lot of um, the motivation and drive to do things, a lot of that is coming from fear and a sense of lack. Like, I have to do this to feel good about myself, and to get the respect of other people, and survive in this social world. And when you just let go of that and don't give a shit about that at all, you're going to be doing less, and you're just going to be doing things spontaneously when you want to do it, just for the sake of doing it, with no other motivation, just for the fun of it, just for life expressing itself, without any other motivation. So I think this is partly one of the reasons why it is hard to see the mind as not you, not yours, because there is this very conditioned belief into a lot of us to really do something. To really do something. To really make something happen. What are you gonna do? That's always the question people ask you. What do you do? What do you do? We are so steeped in that way of looking that we think it's so real. What do you do? Oh, well, I'm an artist, and I'm gonna go to this school and study this and get a degree, and then I'm gonna work for this industry and then make it big, and then I'm gonna start doing this and blah 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 blah. We really want to make something of ourselves. And like I said, it's fine if it aligns with what naturally wants to flow out of you. But what I am saying is that it's for a lot of people, I think it's not that natural. Of course, you're still gonna do shit. You're still gonna make art and pursue what you love to do, because that's just part of your wiring and part of nature. But yeah, you're not going to be doing it from a sense of lack and fear, which is a lot of what happens. So, anyway, so there's some ideas there. I don't even know what I was what I was talking about at the beginning of this video. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.